Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and watch as I struggle manfully not to appear smug. It's very hard though. This is a cracker of a story. I absolutely think you'll love this one. So do hit like and hit subscribe if you're yet to subscribe. Parliament has very quietly, don't tell anyone, shelved plans to upgrade the heating system in the Houses of Parliament to a heat pump system. No, it's not going to happen. They're getting rid of it. Apparently, it turns out that heat pumps in Parliament are A, very expensive to install, B, far more expensive to run than the current system, C, won't develop enough heat to keep the place warm, and D, are incredibly noisy and distracting. And so, given that, they've decided they're not going to have them. They're still trying to force everyone else to have them, but not them, because they're special. They're Parliament. Now, Labour is, of course, insisting that the rest of Britain is smothered by these highly expensive, unreliable, useless heat pumps, but not them. Loving, isn't it? Apparently, there are 3 air source heat pumps in Parliament at the moment being run as like a trial basis. But no further installations will be made. This is under the Freedom of Information Act. I've only just found this out. It's been shelved, and it's been shelved for 3 years so far. Nobody mentioned this. Oh, yes, so the last one was put in 2022 as part of this trial, this pilot scheme. And then that's it. The report into a feasibility study into installing new heat pumps to heat the whole of the building and a new modern one, Portcullis House, raised significant concerns over their acoustics and power supply needs. It has plunged Labour, of course, into another fresh row over the whole green issue, as they're sitting there trying to pull away from oil, pull away from gas, pull away from all this. Oh, let's everyone have heat pumps. And now they're realising, why aren't we having heat pumps here? Too loud, don't work, not good enough. And yet trying still to force them on to us. All new houses have to have heat pumps now, you know. And builders are saying, no, we can't sell them. Nobody wants to buy a house with a heat pump. Richard Tice, that is, from Reform. He, of course, has waded in on this. He's very, very anti the net zero bullshittery. He said, and his words are, Parliament has installed 3 heat pumps, and every one of them has faced complaints for consuming far too much electricity and generating excessive noise while not heating the building sufficiently. And despite this, Labour pushes ahead with forcing the rest of us to adopt them while refusing to use them themselves. It's proof of the hypocrisy, really, of the Labour Party, now that they've actually proved that they don't work. They've literally proved to themselves that heat pumps don't work in Britain. And yet they're still trying to force them into all residential homes. Why? So that you can have incredibly high electricity bills and your houses are not warm. This, children, is why when I found out they were getting rid of coal, I bought a lifetime supply. Whatever happens, I'm having heat in my house, you know. Anyway, one parliamentary staffer said that Portcullis House itself was always freezing and that their colleagues often complained about working conditions. Portcullis House is heated by air source heat pumps. Or rather, Portcullis House is not heated by air source heat pumps. It's got them. It just doesn't heat up. And they've also found that other working conditions are that there's a constant, annoying, buzzing hum from all these things whirring constantly, all day, every day. And it's driving people bonkers. Now, the government have a plan to get 600,000 heat pumps per year installed in Britain by 2028. Let me tell you, that ain't ever going to happen. and has introduced a controversial boiler tax. Now, this was Ed Miliband's Wankfest boiler tax. So from 2027, if you want to buy a new boiler for your house, it's going to have an extra 20% charge on top, boiler tax, to stop you doing it. People will still pay that. They don't care. They don't want heat or air pumps because they don't work. First of all, and despite all the bullshit that some people will tell you, unless your house is ultra modern, it ain't going to work. 2, the running costs are far higher than gas. Number 3, they need far more maintenance than a normal gas boiler. Number 4, you don't have the long-term numbers in terms of, reliability or the engineers to fix and maintain and repair them. And, of course, most of them are made in China, so we're just handing more money yet over to China. And, of course, the other thing is you're taking out perfectly good and serviceable heating systems and replacing them with other heating systems which aren't as good. It's such a waste of the heating system you have. And heating in this country uses very, very small amount of the amount of energy in the country. It's unbelievable that these people think like this, but they seem to think, oh, I'm Ed Miliband, and if we can reduce our carbon usage by 1%, oh, I'll have had a cream in my pants. Well, 0.04% of the atmosphere is carbon dioxide. That's the whole world. Britain's element of that is 1% of that. Not even 1% of that. And he wants to reduce our 1% of 0.04% by 1%. It'll make no difference whatsoever. Except, of course, people will freeze. Man's an absolute lunatic, isn't he? Anyway, heat pumps currently cost about £10,000 without subsidy. That's just for the heat pump. The installation can cost up to £25,000 to £30,000 to £40,000, depending on your size of your house. Because if you don't have the appropriate plumbing for all your radiators and things, makes no difference. You have to have a whole new central heating system. But don't worry, for that £40,000, the government will lend you or make a donation of £7,500. Oh, that's good then. Where are you going to get the rest of it from? And if everyone does that, that's all that money going into heat pump systems, none of it going into the grander economy. Whole economy shrinks. China, laughing. Look at this. Look at those stupid Brits. Just keep handing us money for some shit. It's weird, isn't it? But that's Miliband. Weird. Bullied at school, bullying us now. Yeah, the cycle continues. He was a wanker at school, and he's a wanker now. Thanks very much. Bye.